respect is to be earned and all this. No, bro, you've been learning the wrong way. Respect is to be given outright because we're all humans made in the image of God. But secondly, I'm saying, if a person has accomplished something, then they deserve respect for that, especially if they're putting an event together. I'm not saying bow down, and people have it confused. They think, like, in this world, they think to respect somebody is to glaze over them. That's why people like don't dick ride and all that. No, bro, respect is just respect. You don't attack a man who set up a 7v7 tournament. You don't attack a man who's setting up opportunities for you and yours. Consequences for that. Like, you have to show respect to get respect. You can't go out to a 7v7 camp ran by a former NFL player, attack him, and then think you'll be able to, like, maneuver in your career. What you got to say to the people, Melchizedek? Talks Radio. Tevin West. We are here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. Just because you thought we was down, we up. The more you hate, the more we great. The more you anticipate, the more we elaborate. Sit back, relax. Talks Radio. Tevin West. What's going on? Tevin West. Talks Radio. That's where you at now. If you got now, look. If it sounds like there's a little bit of a pep in my step, that's because I'm excited today. I really got something to talk about today. Not like I haven't had something to talk about. It's just this is the most recent. You know what I'm saying? This is for the less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? Right. Trying to make that wooden nickel. You know what I'm talking about? This is crazy work out here. Like, what is the world coming to? Or better yet, I say, what is the world coming to in America? So today I wanted to come on the show and address a video that surfaced on Sunday of Cam Newton having to fend off like a legion of kids and adults, or kids or adults. I'm really not sure. Like, before I continue in this area, I just want to let you know that when I saw the video, I was under the impression it was kids. And then when I was talking to Hubert, one of my coworkers, shout out Hubert Thomas, he was like, I think it was adults, but I'm not sure. So going forward here, just understand, I'm under the impression that it's a hybrid of kids and adults attacking him, because Cam Newton is so huge that he make everybody look like a kid. You feel me? He's like 6'5", 260 pounds. You know what I'm talking about? With, like, I don't know, 20%, 15% body fat. You know what I'm talking about? Superhuman. You know what I'm talking about? So anyway, the video surfaced on Sunday of Cam Newton having to fend off a legion of people in a football camp that he was hosting. So before I give my take on this, and this is big because I'm a sports guy, and I think that sports and life go hand in hand. Yes, I do. And so I'm gonna read this article from Fox. I'll put the article link in my description box, and after that we'll talk about it. Okay, so former NFL QB Cam Newton involved in a scuffle at youth football tournament. Okay, so video surfaced, like I said, Sunday, that appeared to show 2015 most valuable player Cam Newton being involved in a scuffle at a 7v7 youth football tournament in Atlanta, which is his hometown. The video shows Cam Newton wearing one of his custom-made hats, one of those top hats, I'm talking about. Shout out to the Bay, you know what I'm saying? It's E40 and his cousin Be Legit or Be-La or Be Legit the Savage always used to wear these type of hats on their album covers because, you know what I'm saying, real top hat. When you wear a top hat, you know what I'm saying, you the boss. You paid the cost to be the boss. So whenever you wear a top hat like that, it's a real flex. Just think Abraham Lincoln. This ain't nothing new. Like, Them folks back, you know what I'm talking about? Just think John D. Rockefeller, captains of industry. You know what I'm talking about? When they came through in their suits back in the day, top hat, because you knew who was at the top. You know what I'm talking about? Just think of that. All right? Real top hat. So he's wearing one of his custom hats before being shoved by 3 people near the top of the set of the steps. Before a lot of pushing and shoving ensued and grabbing. And then he moved towards the fence line. They all did. And then before the altercation is broken up by a policeman and event security at the Wee Ball Sports in Dynasty U 7v7 tournament at the Best Academy that was held by Cam Newton and his organization C1N. Cam Newton, the number 1 overall pick in the 2011 draft out of Auburn, does not appear to throw any punches in the video, and he appears to be fending off 3 other men. There is 1 punch thrown in Cam Newton's direction, but it's unclear if the punch landed on the former quarterback. I don't think it landed at all. He very much handled himself very well. So shout out to you, Cam Newton. It is also uncertain what prompted the altercation, but The Athletic reported that it started when Cam Newton was approached by 2 coaches for top shelf performance, a receiver training facility in Atlanta, and they grabbed him. So it was 2 coaches that initially grabbed him, I assume. And the men formerly coached with Newton as well. Newton, who is from Atlanta, runs the C1N, as I mentioned, an organization founded in 2021 that focuses on developing young athletes' skills in football, providing opportunities to compete at the highest level through 7v7 tournaments and other events, according to Newton's website. The website said the organization's mission is to create an environment that fosters growth and development on and off the field, helping youth athletes achieve their goals in football and life. According to The Athletic, Wee Ball Sports co-founder Nehemiah Mitchell said that everyone involved in the altercation was removed from the event, including Newton. Just an unfortunate situation, Nehemiah Mitchell told The Athletic. According to The Athletic, top-shelf performance trainers, coaches Stephon and TJ Brown said in a statement, "We are deeply concerned about the recent incident involving Cam Newton, and our thoughts are with all the parties affected." I like how there's like just the thoughts. There's no prayers anymore. Just thoughts. Okay, I ain't gonna get into that. It's his business right here. Violence has no place in our community, and we strongly condemn any form of aggression. Okay, sure you do. C1N plays in tournaments across the country. Okay, so Newton's 15 and under team won the championship at the event. Okay. I can already see where this is going here. They got mad. I'm gonna leave my opinions to myself till after I read this. Okay. Attempts to reach Newton's representatives on Sunday night were unsuccessful. Newton hasn't played in the NFL since 2021, where he spent a portion of the season with the Carolina Panthers, the same team that drafted him. Newton spent 11 seasons, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not 10, but 11 seasons in the NFL, throwing more than 32,000 yards and 194 touchdowns. He also ran 75 touchdowns during his time with the Panthers and the New England Patriots. Okay, so, you know, I just wanted to go in on this real quick because, I mean, I just can't let this. I can't. This is hot off the press. You feel me? So,
come on, bounce. We gon' make it roll. We gon' make them skate they ass all across the floor until they can't no more. We came here to party, and dump my drink. Now get your ass on the floor. We don't wanna hear that you can't.
It's the creased up 501s on the run, loaded gun, 2-door Caprice, a chopper, quarter pieces. It's gangsta life. When you gas, hop a ride until you bust the fog lights. Head ups could be issued out. Pull your pistols out. We bang for real, chip you at your mama house. All red hogs with the crocodile seats. All red bones with heels on the streets. I smoke shine with a perm, that big worm with the hood out the moon. Every corner I turn, keep the B in it. I got a bitch with a rental car, made a stash and put a key in it. I've been around the world and can't leave the house without my gangs in LA would never die. Booyah. Just multiply.
Now, what's the life lesson here? What did we learn? Here's what we learned. Okay, it's not really a life lesson. I just want you to know, like, I just want to know, like, what on earth is going on in today's world. Like, I'm not sure what caused it, but like, why are kids / adults, kids and adults, who obviously need an opportunity to be seen, burning bridges so early? Like, what's up with that? Like, bro, a former NFL MVP, #1 draft pick, Heisman winner. You feel me? If you know your role well enough, and you keep your mouth shut. I come from a time where if you know your role well enough and you keep your mouth shut, and dare I say, keep your hands to yourself, then maybe, just maybe, when it comes time for you to sign for a school or be scouted by the NFL, he could call, or he could have put a word in for you. Like, he could have done that. You don't think he could have done that? You know, there was an older video of Cam being called a bum by high school kids a few years back. I didn't really think too much of it. I mean, I did kind of say in my mind, actually, I did think a lot of it. I was like, what's up with that?
You ass. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. I'm rich. He's a free agent. Where's your daddy at? Let me talk to your dad. Let me talk to your dad. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You ass. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad? Where's your pop? You ass. Nah, ain't no disrespect. You know, if you wanted some attention, I'm gonna give you some attention. The right way, bro. The right way. When do y'all play? We play tomorrow. What was y'all record today then? 1-2. No, 2-1. What did you do? No, I wasn't able to see because y'all was too. Cameras on me. All right, bro. What did he do, man? Does he play?
He got speed.
He got speed.
No, he's letting his speed.
Oh.
You gonna see.
Huh?
You gonna see.
Nah, you ain't. Don't act shy, nah, bro. Don't act shy. I'm asking. I don't want to. I couldn't see today.
You gonna watch YouTube? Oh, you watch YouTube? I know you do. You
cafeteria crocs, man. No, stop.
What you do?
No, I'm really trying to ask you. Like, I'm trying to see like what you.
We do that shit for real though.
I'm like,
we rep that 215.
205?
215.
215. Okay, cool. I'm just like, please don't be one-dimensional. Like you said something to me, then I go, I'm really trying to talk to you. I'm not trying to like crack no jokes. I'm just really trying to ask a simple question, bro. I'm sorry. It's your fault why everybody's looking, but I'm really just trying to ask a question. But you never said what you did. You said you're gonna see.
At the end of the day, right?
Nah, coach, it's no disrespect.
No, I get it.
No
I get that. I get that. But I'm the grown man. Right? This is the coach. I'm not the
coach, we squashed it. We good. I was.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to break the monotony. Yeah. I'm just trying to talk to him. He think I'm trying to play him to
You know what I think? I think it's these. There's a few things, but I'm gonna go over the first one. Okay, I think it's the sports media personalities that talk with complete arrogance, and most of them are former bench players or talking heads that couldn't get a game in college, let alone high school. Now some of those analysts they're superstars. You know what I'm saying? They're all right. So I'm not gonna sit here and diss them, but most they're not holding a candle to what Cam Newton, you know what I'm saying, has done. And that's not me being biased. That's just me being factual. You understand what I'm saying? You got a game. I'm an athlete, bro. Game recognized game. You feel me? I think it's the aforementioned, you know what I'm saying, that create this narrative. You know, I'm talking about the ones that ain't never really did too well in sports, or saying made it to the ball but didn't really do that well. That create this narrative that people like Cam are actually washed up in life. I just got to say this real quick. You also got these parents out here that are trying to live through their kids. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. These parents out here that they didn't make it to the show at all, and they telling their kids that, do this, do that, but it's really them wishing that they could step in and do that over again, and they never did that. And even if they did do that, they just wasn't good enough to make it, and they just won't let it die. So they're trying to live through their kid or through their team. You know what I'm saying? And then when they come along, they get right beside Cam Newton in real life, and he gives them an opportunity. maybe even a job or something like that doing with C1N. They be talking to him, they be in meetings with him, and they think that they are. And when I say this, I don't mean like as far as like a person, like we're all equal, but like when you're talking about like there are levels to it. Like you're not, when it comes to knowing football and things of that nature, like you're not on Cam's level. So it's best to when it comes to achievement and setting up businesses and putting back into your community, you're not at that level. The only reason that you are next to Cam is because he decided that he wanted to make that a reality. He gave you an opportunity to show your skill within his organization. And I think that's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of men, because a lot of men don't like to be led. A lot of men want to be leaders. You know what I mean? But when you really got a real top hat that come in the situation and tell you, look, this is what it is, this is what it's gonna be, and this is how it goes, and they be like, well, no, I ain't gotta do that. I ain't gotta do that. I'm just like you too. It's like, no, you're not like him. You're not. Now you can be something of that. You can get to a certain level. He's giving you an opportunity and a platform to shine. But if you're just gonna go over and just try to overtake his and try to get your little 15 minutes of fame, then I mean you'll ruin it yourself. You know, you'll ruin it for your kids. I mean, just imagine your kid. You got into that fight, that scuffle, right? Your kid or kids that you coach or your biological one. When it's time for you to sign for a college, you know what I'm saying? The college, say it's an SEC college, they're going to call Cam because they know that player has been in Cam's camp, just like how Daniel Jones was in the camp with Eli Manning for years. That's how he ended up getting signed from Duke to getting picked in the draft. He was with Eli Manning. He built a relationship with him over the years. It's not because he didn't do very good at Duke. He was at a camp with Eli Manning, and he kept his mouth shut. He put his head down and worked. He didn't go and start fights with the coaches. His father didn't go start fights with the coaches because he had a disagreement. He knew his place. Now, the same situation is going to happen where an SEC team, oh, Cam, what's up with that player that was on your that was at your camp? This guy, he was at your camp, right? Because more than likely, that's I don't know anybody else who got camps for real going on like that in Atlanta. And you know what Cam's gonna tell him? Oh, hell no, man. His fault, like it might not even been the player that jumped him. No, that guy right there, his father is a cancer, and he'll overstep his boundaries. He'll be a terror. You know what I mean? He'll try to get his hooks into everything. Or his son was involved with the fight. Nah, them two tried to jump me. No. Or check this out, right? Let's just say they overcome that, right? They can't get to that SEC college, so they go to San Jose State, right? That's a good college, right? San Jose, that's a little underbelly college, Shout out to the Bay. I mean, but they have to go play at a non-Power 5 school, and they make it, and he does good. And let's just say he going to the league, and the Carolina Panthers want to draft, because it's only 32 teams, bro. It's highly likely that's the situation. The Panthers want to draft him, and it's a quarterback or it's a skill position player. And the owner of the Panthers or the GM or whatever, they're going to call Cam because this kid is from Georgia. This kid is documented that this kid is been in Cam Newton's camps probably for years until that ordeal. And they're going to ask Cam, like, should we draft this guy? What's he about? Cam will be like, no, he's a dub. And your career is over. You want to go to a smaller level? We can go to a smaller level. Look, the coach, the one that's coaching beside him, the grown man, he wants to get a job working at Mays High School or Lovejoy High School. It's going to be on his resume that he was at Cam's camp coaching and stuff, because that's a big deal. It's going to, they're going to call Cam because Cam's got his ear to Cam. What's up with this kid right here? What's up? I mean, what's up with this coach? How's he? Like, should we hire? No, did you not see the video? Him and his people tried to jump me, and then your career is over. Like, do you not understand? Like, there are repercussions with this. And it's not like people over here making amends. People are not over here trying to make amends and trying to squash it. They're saying to themselves, I don't need him. I can do that myself. When in fact, you can't. You know, there's a saying it's real. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
To the less fortunate. To all my people out there in your city. Trying to make that wooden nickel. Trying to turn a paper penny into a wooden nickel. You smell me? To all the motherfuckers out there struggling. Being poor from the flow up, the opposite of lavish. Generic tomato soup, noodles, and potted meat in the cabinet. Spring, summer, winter, government cheese, bologna sandwiches for dinner, to slanging keys. Boo-boo-wee, antidepressants, sesame seeds, uppers, downers, ecstasy, diesel, pump, heroin, speed, survival techniques, Pillsburies and electronic beeps, gone for weeks, running and ripping and running the streets. Applied for a jail, but I had a felony like J.O. and the return. It wasn't that white man that tried to kick in my door and take my say. It was the homie, somebody that's close to me, my own race. That's why I kicks on back and play the possum, wait for the heat to die down. Make it look like I forgot to bring in a freelancer from out of town. Oh, I was in Minnesota when they what? Got partner dude in that Nova. We split slumped over.
You wanna survive in these streets, you gotta have survival techniques. You number one, nigga. Never leave the house without your gun, nigga. Survival techniques. You gotta use it to survive in these streets, so you better pack some heat.
They say that he's like they're not just saying Cam Newton fell off in pro football, which in itself was bound to happen anyway. I mean, that's life. You move on to different things, right? But they're saying because his career ended in a not so great way, right? We know Cam to be a showboat. He showboated a little too early. I'm back. You know, because his career ended, he didn't really end up doing too much at the end. It was like they were saying he was worthless because of that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and that kind of verbal aggression on TV, it gets acted out in real life because, listen, man, these kids and these grown children, I ain't gonna call them adults, I'm gonna call them grown children. They encourage this mess. You know what I'm talking about? They encourage this. I have to call parents. I have to call parents for the sake of the conversation, like grown children. You know what I'm talking about? To take this football thing like a religion. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they all say to Cam, like in their mind, like when they look at him, like you were a god, but now you're nothing. Or it could just be complete pure jealousy. You know what I'm saying? But I'll get to that later. You know, like even though, let's check this out, right? Listen to this. Even though, and this is factual, okay? This isn't something I think. This is something I know. Even though there are only a select few in the whole entire universe that get to be an NFL player, let alone an NFL MVP. You know what I'm talking about? Pro athlete. You see, these kids, they're the kids that are doing that and the adults that are doing it, done. Burnt toast. Nobody's gonna put up with that, bro. Nobody's gonna put up with that. These are the consequences for actions like that. You have to show respect to get respect. I'm gonna say that again. You have to show respect to get respect. I'm not talking about praise. There's a lot of people that's got it twisted nowadays, and they think, respect is to be earned and all this. No, bro, you've been learning the wrong way. Respect is to be given outright because we're all humans made in the image of God. But secondly, you know what I'm saying? If a person has accomplished something, then they deserve respect for that, especially if they're putting an event together. I'm not saying bow down, and people have it confused. They think like in this world, they think to respect somebody is to glaze over them. That's why people like don't dick ride and all that. No, bro, respect is just respect. You don't attack a man who set up a 7v7 tournament. You don't attack a man who's setting up opportunities for you and yours. You know what I'm saying? There's consequences for that. Like, you have to show respect to get respect. You can't go out to a 7v7 camp ran by a former NFL player, attack him, and then think you'll be able to, like, maneuver in your career. Whether you're a player out there or a coach out there. You know what I'm saying? Those kids just those kids don't even realize they just gave Cam Newton control over their career. And you better believe he's got the names of every single kid and adult that attacked him. You know what I'm talking about? The man is a high school football legend. The man went to Florida, got in trouble like most of us do. Here's the thing. When you guys sit up there and you judge a person who got in trouble in the spotlight, you got something else going on in your life too. But if your stuff was put on display like that, you probably wouldn't even be able to handle it. Bro went to JUCO, bounced back, broke every record in JUCO at Blinn College, bounced back, ended up going to Auburn, another SEC school, winning the Heisman, winning the national championship. You understand what I'm saying? NCAA legend and SEC legend. And a national championship, like I said, and he was an NFL MVP. You don't think he has influence? When scouts and coaches have questions about dual threat high school QBs or other skill positions in Atlanta high school football or the GHSA period, who do you think they go to? Come on, man. It's not that many quarterbacks. It's not that many black quarterbacks that have had success in Georgia like Cam Newton or quarterbacks, period. Who do you think that? I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not that many to go to. It's like Michael Vick, Cam Newton, Justin Fields. Justin Fields is still playing, so he's not tapped into the community probably. Michael Vick is, he has grown past that. He has transcended past football, so he's not really focused on it. So whose ear is to the street when it comes to these young kids? Cam Newton. Cam Newton is the only quarterback out here, a former pro essence and from Georgia, that's got his ear to the streets on what's going on and who's the good players and the skilled players. Come on, man. And I guess that's my life lesson is like, don't, young people, if you're listening, don't. And then even like parents who, because I feel like some of these parents are, if they're not my age, they're a little bit older than me. So they're like probably like the oldest version of a millennial. Some of them might be my age as well. You know what I'm saying? Some of them might be a little bit older. So they could be, I'm my only child, but they could be a big brother or something like that. My life lesson to y'all is don't burn your bridges. You don't know as many high-tech people as you think you do. You don't know as many stand-up people as you think you do. So don't go about your life being arrogant and slanderous and saying all these things like, who? Because it will come back to bite you. You know how I always like, I'm on my Instagram, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the socials because, you got to promote this stuff. You can think of me like a early 2000s mixtape rapper, the way I promote. You know what I'm saying? I have on Threads, internacionalTev, my Instagram, internacionalTev, and then my other Instagram is tOCS Radio. And then I got a Facebook, Tevin West, that I post. I got a TikTok, tOCS Radio. I post, I grind in this. I'm like a mixtape rap, and I always see in the comments a little thing. I be scrolling up and stuff. I follow a lot of soccer stuff to it, and then like there'll be older players up there like Luis Figo. You know what I'm saying? And there'd be some young kid who will comment, and then it like who? I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about? And I know they just trying to they feed off the negative energy, and I just be like, what you mean who? Who are you? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, if it's like we don't have a balance of respect, you know what I'm saying? People tend to hate the history or something. Like, I don't know. It's weird. It's like they don't care unless it's like in their era. But you gotta have respect to get respect. You know, Ronaldo got the game from Luis Figo. If there is no Luis Figo, there is no Ronaldo. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like we have this culture of like who, like as if you're somebody right now. No, bro, you gotta earn your keep. You gotta get rooted in this world, in this community, and get your hustle on before you start saying stuff like that. How dare you? That's how I feel. Like, how dare you to say who to somebody who put in time like that? But I digress. It'll come back to bite you, is all I'm saying. We have a humility problem today. We have a humility problem today. Nobody is willing to admit, hey, right now, I need to shut my mouth and just learn. It's always, let me pop my shh. Let me pop my shh. Let me get my 15 minutes of fame. I'm trying to go viral. Now, those are not the phrases that people probably use, but in the subconscious, I can see that it's working because that's the way that people act. People, literally a group of 7v7 kids and adults trying to get on, trying to be seen. They're literally throwing their opportunities away. For what? For what? It saddens me, man, to see that, like, it saddens me to see that the wide gate, the gate that leadeth to destruction, is not only preached, but encouraged. And you can see the evidence in that today, man. An NFL MVP, family. An NFL MVP holds a 7v7 camp in his home freaking city to give young athletes a chance to be seen. And the response is some, not all, right? Some, I'm not putting everybody up. Anybody who was at that 7v7, I'm not saying all of y'all. Some, not all. And I'm not just saying it was kids, because apparently it was adults too. But like I said, Cam towers over people so hard that you can't tell who was a kid and who's not, right? Like, I'm just saying, like, some, you know what I'm saying? Not all. Attack him? It's Cam Newton at that. Like, it's Cam Newton. Like, why would you try it with Cam Newton? I don't care if you know martial arts, this or that. Why would you try it? And I'm so glad that there were no weapons drawn or anything, because if we look at past incidents, these incidents, they get pretty rough. I know the brother of Aqib Talib had killed a man regarding like a rec football argument or something like that, and it happened again somewhere in Texas. A man had shot like a youth football coach over like his son not getting enough playing time or something like that. He lived, thank God, but we've seen harsher situations happen with lesser with lesser press. So I'm just glad that nothing dangerous happened. But why would you try it with Cam Newton, bro? Like, you can't even you can't even throw a punch without him seeing it. So, so since I've already said something about the media, you know what I'm saying, kind of turn him into like they turn him into a bum in life. But this dude is like at least a picture of what you should look like to be successful. Like, he did everything he was supposed to do. Was he perfect? No, but who is? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, on a flip note, right? On a flip note, check this out. Are we seeing the decline of celebrity, yo? Are we seeing the decline of celebrity? Or, or is it the podcast that Cam Newton has that does it trigger some of the parents? You know what I mean? Who didn't flow that energy to their kids? I know it's Cam Newton, he's fly, man. To me, like, Cam Newton's super fly to me. Like, I've never really hated on Cam. He was dabbing early in his career, dabbing on them folks. You know what I mean? Had the rookie touchdown rushing record, rookie of the year, you know what I'm saying? Appearance in a Super Bowl, #1 draft pick. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, bro, he even types in weird letter. Like, it's just, he's original. Like, and that's the way that God, bro, if everybody was the same, bro, it'd be a boring world. God made everybody different. And Cam really stepped into his greatness. You know what I mean? Cam stepped into it. So for me, like, I always like champion that, because he let me know, like, you can pop it and still be, but it's like people are hating that, you know what I'm saying? And, and so, and Cam loves to pop it, but, does that energy of maybe hate, a little bit of jealousy, maybe he says some unpopular things on his podcast to people, about people, with people. He's had some guests on that people don't really, too much, maybe stirring the pot and stuff, you know what I mean? What's going on?
And figure eight when I drive, blow doja rope in the sky. For all my buddies that died, we can't do nothing but strive. So bring the struggle. You want a silver spoon in your mouth, you gotta hustle as I take another hit of the split. That soldier's passing, the only chance I get to feel peace. I gotta have some, so see I spark the holler a lot. It keeps me going, baby boy, 3 steps ahead of his death. And mama knowing, so she's saying, baby, change your ways. But I was raised in the days of Uzis and AKs, where killers play the daily game, called the pistol tag. This let me live, I ask. But if you caught in the cross, then I'ma off your ass. Young nigga that's trying to handle better things in life. He went from crooking and rooking to jugging overnight. Some try to say he ain't right, but who's to say that he's wrong? That's why you starving, and the name of this song is Get Some Get Right.
They choose to run their whole life. You need to get some get right. They choose to run their whole life.
The celebrity worship we've seen over the years, you know what I'm saying, was, at least from my perspective, love and admiration, whether it was fake or not. It was some type of love. It was some type of admiration, whether it was fake or not. But when I see situations like Cam Newton's, I can't help but think, is the celebrity worship turning into aggression because of the gaping hole that's stretching by the moment between the rich and the poor? Yeah, man. We getting deep now, you know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm talking about the wealth gap. It's here. You see, the middle class is gone because of the rising prices of food and utilities. And the middle class is gone because of the rising inflation. Whereas, whereas it used to be people that felt they had a slice of the pie. Nobody ever wants to be called poor or broke. So we all would push ourselves in the middle class, so we could all feel like we had a slice of the pie, right? Anybody who, felt like, at least when I was growing up, they had a slice of the pie, they would look at celebs and pro athletes, as something to strive for, you know what I mean? Especially like when I was growing up, parents, they worked their fingers to the bone, but they had an upside, like they knew they were going to be able to retire and the things of that nature, as long as you just did what you were supposed to do. So we were taken care of for the most part. I feel like millennial, even with single parenthood and all that stuff, if you had it, both parents, co-parenting, both, especially if you're only child, taken care of. I had a chance to dream. I did. Now, I don't know how it was with other siblings in the household, but I had a chance to dream, like I said. And so did my parents. I did, where it's like, something to strive for. Now the cost of living has skyrocketed so much. And we've seen people like The Rock and Oprah ask people for donations, for the Hawaii fires. Remember it was doing that? It's completely unrighteous. Listen, this is why it's unrighteous. They was asking for donations on live TV when they could have been generous with their wealth, right? And I know that some of y'all are gonna be like, well, that's their wealth. Well, y'all been letting them slide forever. I'm not telling them to be generous with their wealth. That's biblical. The rich are supposed to be generous with their wealth, so that they don't become conceited and then eventually condemned. That's a biblical. But it's not my job, right? It's not my job to tell them to do that. I'm just stating the facts, bro. I'm stating the facts that they were on live TV asking you, me, and Joe, and Sandy, and who to donate to the Hawaii fires when they are millionaires 60 times over. And that could have been an amazing task. But no, they're asking you for donations. People that are struggling to pay their bills. And let me tell you something. While you are still saying in your heart and your head, that's their money, let them count their money. Okay, you let them. That's fine. I know there's people that are my generation and older, and then a little bit more older than that. You probably feel that way. Let them count their own coin. Why are you pocket watching, Tevin? I understand. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. But here's the thing. That generation that's behind me, about 2 paces behind me, they think that's wrong. And they're going to be older one day. And they're not going to stand for that. They're not going to stand for the decadence like we did. they're going to have something to say about that. You understand what I'm saying? You can say that all day long, that you don't need to be watching The Pocket. You could do with their money. It's because we grew up in a time where we saw them, The Rock and Oprah, shine. And it's like, I can do that. I can do that. Oprah had a TV show. I can do that. The Rock, the Brahma Bull. You know what I'm saying? You saw his rise from Rocky Maivia, Nation of Domination, to The Rock, to movie stars, and you were happy for him. That is not the case anymore. The new generation doesn't recognize that, or they just see two super out of their mind rich people, and they're looking at like, well, shit, why don't you reach into your purse and grab something? And it's gonna get to the point where they reach out and they touch. Now let me move on. Is that right? That is not right. That is completely unrighteous, and I will not let anybody else tell me that is not right. Like, we'll let them do what they want with their money. We've been letting them do what they want with their money. And what they've been doing, they've been flaunting it in front of us. And I got something to tell you about that. Here's a certain thing right here now. So that causes resentment. Yeah, resentment. Not to mention the constant flexing of material wealth. Yeah, I know you've seen it. You have seen it, bro. The constant flexing of material wealth and wasting of food on social media that create a root of bitterness and covetousness in the heart of men and women, ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Because I don't know if you understand this or not, but you know what I'm saying? When you really look at it, social media is made to make you compare and be bitter. Now, I don't know if it was the complete intent for that. I think it was just meant for some type of social interaction, you know what I'm saying? But these folks are smarter than that, you know what I'm saying? And even if they aren't smarter than that, it's not flesh and blood we wrestle against, family. It's the principalities in the air and the spiritual wickedness in high places. So even if these people like Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates or whoever the bever are making these, things for us to communicate, these mediums, it's a spirit behind it that you got to understand. I'm talking right now, brother. There's a spirit behind it that wants to kill our spirit and then eventually make us turn on each other and kill each other or kill ourselves. I know you see that. Bro, people will literally get online and eat food in front of you and then take they be eating food in front of you. They getting paid by the people who, watching them, donate money to them. What? No, they got people just making terrible dishes on purpose. I call them pockets, jail food, or depression meals. Ironically, Great Depression meals. And then somebody made a gelatin with like corn and stuff in it. Like, you're not eating that. People will do that that's a waste of food. Anyway, so that type of stuff, the flexing of people are always wearing Gucci, this dude, the Balenciaga, that, bruh. Okay, I'm not counting your pocket. I'm not pocket watching you, but I have something to tell you guys. Here's the deal. I'm gonna say this again, okay? The constant flexing of material wealth and the wasting of food on social media that creates a root of bitterness and covetousness in the heart of men and women, ever so slightly. It's like that when an episode like What Transpired with Cam Newton happens, you can't help but think, if you critically think it, if you really sit down and think about it, you can't help but think, will we have another French Revolution on our hands? Where the rich go to the guillotine? Wealthy and elites. The wealthy and the elite in this country, if you are listening, I would caution you. I would caution how much you flaunt your wealth nowadays. How you carry your money and your status means nothing to this younger generation growing up right now. As a matter of fact, they see you as prey. You are no longer admired like you once were. There is a changing of the guard. So to the rich and powerful, consider your ways when you roam the streets. Everyone be safe. Because if they're attacking Cam Newton, who's 6'5", 250 pounds plus, full of muscle, they won't hesitate to attack you. This has been Tevin West on Talks Radio. Good night. We will be here forever. Do you not understand? Forever and ever, and ever and ever, and ever and ever. It's an eternal thing. Talks Radio, Tevin West. We had a good show tonight. Let's keep it up. Make it bright.
Moves like God day, strain like a wasp, throw them things like young Ollie. Never did to smoke the weed there, never been greedy. Gave up that blunt and started puffing on my beat from a youth till I was grown. Loving some Al Capone, me and my cousins stayed it, throw down like Frank Nitty. Off in the ghetto, smoke funk around, you get tossed. Show them who's the boss, it ain't no play when you want some more. Category level 4, man down, you want some more? Stick him up high and low, break it off in there for show. There ain't no rules to the rulers. If you down, let's do this. Come on, my own cousin was a cruiser. When them type of cash you don't wanna prove it. Take your stationary spot, homie. Keep your eyes open. Don't you let them catch you sleeping. Cause if you do, then use it on have heart, have money. Cause game recognize itself. That's right. Make sure you ain't phony. Cause real players play for real. Now recognize in this game. The struggle's hard, but you might get on fame. Hold it down, I'm doing my thing. It's been a struggle so far, but you might get on fame.
Look, it's a ghetto fame from the house. Look, this George is top those. Hit the blocks, I wait for police, and I had to watch those. Yeah, they jack for a minute, my back of my feet. Stir up the block, and keep my Glock hot. This ghetto stuff, keep it nigga hot. Me and the Italy, me and Silver Light, and the 850. That's right. To be on touch time, I'll be sitting on mansions, all the road. Now look, call me a big one, and I got me a ring. Let them know. Both them sick, know why I look money. Not no thing. I got to be about average shit, not no average shit. Gotta be above all these niggas, gotta live in family shit. I never was the type of nigga to dream. I always had to be down up on the winning team. I sold my whole life, they serving team. Now I'm selling leather, watching myself on 80-inch screen. They say the way I live, I'm probably gonna die. But I don't know why I gotta keep my ghetto ties. So many of them like heard that shit. In this game, the struggle's hard, but you might get on fame. Hold it down, you're doing my thing. It's been a struggle so far, but you might get on fame. When you gonna retire? What you mean when I'ma retire? I ain't even been hiding. Don't even get me the sideline, but I'm on fire like the Oakland Hills, and more fashionable than a snapshot at Olin Mills. And this world show is a jungle. Always makes me wonder who's the snitching, backstabbing, undercover that need a muzzle. It's a top priority. Or can you read between the lines? You better get yours, nigga, cause I got mine. In this game.